Um, Welcome back, everybody, to another Thinking Out Loud. We are episode 12 now.
Episode 12.
Yeah, it's going pretty good, right?
2 months, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. We should. I try to keep.
Wait, is my math right?
What did you say? 2 months
I
and
said
2 weeks?
2 months, 2 weeks. No, we're
No,
it'd be 3 months.
It feels like it. Yeah, it feels like it's been a minute. Well,
yeah,
guys, I use Twitter a lot. I have an Instagram. I don't use my Instagram as much as I should, but Twitter is really one thing that I really enjoy using. And I want to convince you guys to use Twitter so that you can keep up with us, and then you learn how to use the future of communication. Because Twitter is like this large open forum, right?
Okay.
Everybody's got a voice on there, right?
Yeah.
You got a Twitter account.
With so many characters, you get to use a voice for sure.
Yeah, that's like a big thing. Like to be able to only use X amount of characters to try and explain something. I don't think it's possible. I don't think you should even be using it to argue. I think you should be using it to just express a comment, an opinion, and leave it as is. If everybody under you wants to start having a conversation about it, you let them.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing, right? It's like people feel like it's cyberbullying. Like if you get into an argument on Twitter, it's like all you gotta do is get off the app. Like it's
just
an
turn
easy
off the phone.
solution.
What about the people who say, well, that's not that easy? Like you can't just turn your phone off. You can't just escape the internet.
Turn off your phone. You just get off the app.
Well, but like
it's friendly. Well, it's not friendly, right? But it's just banter at the end of the day. You know, there's only been a couple of cases. I don't know if you remember this, like back in, I think it was 08, maybe 2012 maybe. But there was this dude that was arguing about Kobe Bryant and another player. And they were saying that like Kobe couldn't do this, and this dude was like, "Yo, I'll meet you up. I'll beat your ass right now." Like, what do you mean Kobe can't? And he went all the way to where this guy said he would be. And it was like a big thing on Twitter. But my point is, right, like that's a 1 in a million chance. So if you're into an interaction with someone and you're arguing and they're like, "I'll meet you up right now," like that's the dumbest shit.
Okay, yeah. So you shouldn't let it get to that point.
No, never.
Right, because like. I use it for following trends and like keeping up with internet culture and trying to keep up with people who you would normally never interact with, you know?
Oh, okay.
Because Twitter is like,
for sure.
I saw this meme. It's like Instagram is what you is what your personality is like.
Right. What you want people to see.
And then Twitter is what you think.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I'm baffled as how
Twitter's pretty raunchy, man.
They allow pornography on there, but they also don't allow a lot of other things that can be seen as like kind of questionable. Like you would think to yourself like that's not allowed, but you allow this. You've done that, but not to this person. And there's biases, right? We have to admit that it is true. It's obvious that Twitter leans a certain direction when it comes to the kind of information you see.
Yeah, most def. I mean, most social media platforms do. It's all controlled.
I mean, yeah, there are private companies. That's the excuse people give. Like, oh, they can do whatever they want. They're private companies. But can they really, though? Can they really do whatever they want? Like,
yeah. It's kind of like Apple. Yeah. You know,
what about Apple?
Like when, I forgot if it was like a terrorist or something, but they had an Apple phone.
Yeah, I remember this.
Like the government
FBI.
Or whatever wanted them to unlock it.
Yeah.
And Apple was like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, right. That is true. There was a case where the FBI was investigating and they needed to get into the phone.
And Twitter shut down Donald Trump's.
A lot of social medias did.
No, I know, but it was like one of like the first ones because that's the one he used the most, and that's where he would reach out to his followers.
Because Twitter is revolutionary, bro. Like somebody was talking about it, like in terms of marketing, like
Twitter's come a long way.
What's one company that you know that doesn't spend any on marketing, but is one of the most valuable car companies?
Tesla.
Exactly.
Easy.
Bro.
Elon
just does it all himself, bro. Twitter literally tweets something out and is like, Dogecoin to the moon. Boom. Fucking
literally goes to
viral.
The fucking moon.
Everybody equates Tesla to Elon Musk. You don't think of Tesla without thinking of Elon. You don't think of SpaceX. You don't think of any of that without thinking of him. He understands whatever this culture is, pop culture is.
So that's the plan. That's where you want to go with this. You want to be like,
I don't want to be
have
like
such
him.
A high following where you can say like, thinking out loud to the moon, and
thinking out loud to the moon. Now we'll have our own
up.
token soon, right?
Yeah.
The TOL token. No, see, look, it's just Twitter is like fun. Twitter should be fun, where you discover new things, you meet other people commenting on something that everyone is interested in.
Yeah.
But when it turns into like this political culture war of like, well, you're not allowed to say something on this platform, but the platform predicates itself on, well, obviously they have rules and regulations, right? And they claim to monitor everything in all kinds of countries with their prospective governments.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's some things that aren't allowed in some places that would be allowed here on the internet. Like,
I mean, isn't it just freedom of speech though? Like, why are you able to censor?
Why are you able to censor?
Yeah, like, you know, I don't
well,
really
well, for one
that.
thing, like in China, none of these apps exist. No American apps exist over there.
Right.
Google doesn't. At least I don't think it does. There's some ways to get around it, but I think it's because, you know, people are censoring themselves now, like without thinking about it, because
we have to.
You don't have to.
No, you kind of do.
What do you mean?
Like, you do have to censor yourself,
Mm-hmm.
or, you know, let's say in a couple of years you run for politics,
some kind of office.
That shit will come back up. So you do have to censor yourself. 100%.
Why does it have to do that?
Because people suck nowadays. The whole woke thing. Did you see the CIA commercial?
Yeah, we talked about it on the episode that we botched.
Yeah.
Right. Basically, the CIA, not just the CIA. There's tons of companies that literally hand out. They make these video marketing campaigns where it's like they're explaining to us that this woman, Latinx, you know, cisgendered, middle-aged woman. That's what she said. I'm using her words verbatim.
Yeah, no, I hear
this is
you.
what she called. This is an official government commercial. Them saying, you know, we need more diversity. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we need more diversity, because it doesn't matter who's pushing the bomb button, I mean, the fire missile button, right? As long as that person is transgender, cisgender, you know, they're dropping bombs, right?
Yeah.
But it's like
dropping bombs on your mom. Fuck call alarms.
But look, in the Twitter thing, bro, like
what
Twitter,
lyric is that, real quick? Who sang that lyric?
Which one?
Dropping bombs on your mom. Fuck call alarms.
That's Biggie.
That's Biggie, right?
Yeah, that's Biggie.
Yeah.
And I recognize it immediately. The whole thing is like, you should be using Twitter because it's a constant stream of information, and I think it's so strange that at any point in time we could look up anything, right? Anything that's going on in the world, but you find time to be bored, right? You find time to be bored.
Well, what do you mean?
Like, before, when I was younger, I was like, damn, I would really like to know how the fuck to become an astronaut.
Okay.
Right?
And
I'm
there's
old
like
enough now.
threads on that on
yeah,
Twitter.
there's threads, there's Google threads, there's like
Twitter
requirements
can be used for very educational purposes.
Or like or Twitter finds ways of like, you know, making something go viral.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I've seen people's viral tweets turn them into the next, like they turn it on the head. Like they use that clout to bolster whatever entrepreneurship, business, personal endeavor they have.
Most definitely.
Like Twitter just has so many possibilities that I think like that it's not just for the purposes of arguing and opinion and having really strong opinions. Like I go on there and I'm like, damn, it's really mask off in this bitch, bro. It really mask off in this bitch, bro. Because like I try to like I'm like, how the fuck do people sit and write a whole fucking 28 character long tweet only to follow it up with another 28 long character tweet? It's like, when the fuck did Twitter turn into a fucking Reddit post? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's so many cool things about it that you should be getting into it for, like being able to follow maybe your favorite creators, or maybe you have like, you know, you're a big fan of someone and they happen to have a Twitter. Like Twitter just happens to be one of the most instant ways to update people on anything. Instagram feels
like you said, you know, you can communicate with people that you normally never would.
Yeah, if I had 1 million followers, I sent a tweet out, dude, 1 million people will see it in an instant.
I mean,
that's incredible, right? What if 1,000 years ago I went back in time and I told you, hey, you're going to be able to make a copy of a book and send it everywhere and around the world instantaneously? You probably would think I'm fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I got to print these books out. I got to get the ink. I got to get the paper. Bro, but now you literally...
much harder than that, but yeah, for sure.
Even much fucking harder than that, bro. There might be places where these books aren't even allowed, and to this day, it's like fucking nay, bro. And Twitter it's so interesting and fun, but it preys on you, bro, because there's something about sitting on your couch and being able to just react like that, right?
Well, see, so I follow you on Twitter.
You do follow me on Twitter,
and you be reacting to some not like weird shit, right? But I feel like every time you react to something on Twitter, you're like trolling the person saying something. I don't know if that's what you're
No,
going
you know
for,
what? That's true. You're right. Because, bro, I know. It's so hard to convey. How do you convey something in a 28-character fucking paragraph? So I try to be as blunt as possible, where maybe the nuance is where, oh, he was being funny. But that's the thing. Like, you read someone's comment and you're like, what the fuck do you mean by that? You know what I mean? But how do you know what they mean?
No,
maybe
I think people only read your comment.
No. What I'm saying is, like, that's what I'm saying. You people who, if it's my comments or someone else's comments, it's like, where's this person coming from with that comment? Like, are they saying that because they're horny, or are they saying that because they're fucking pissed off? Like, where's it coming from?
Right.
And you can't really tell. But when you're just, if you comment with like a genuine answer or something, you're most likely going to be met with, genuine answers, like pragmatic answers. It's not like if someone said, "Oh, what's the name of the song?" Someone will say, "Oh, we'll just reply the name of the song,"
or they'll drop the link to the song.
Or if it's like a picture, a painting or something, boom,
right.
boom, boom. Facebook, I don't even know how to use it anymore. I don't even know what it's for. Like, is it to keep people updated on your life?
Yeah,
is that what that is? Like,
pretty
I know people
much.
post their pregnancy shit, their bridal shit, their baby gender reveals and shit,
fucking all the time.
Like, what have we become as humans, bro? That we're having parties based on what gender our children will be.
Well,
they should have a gray one. You know how they have pink and blue? They need to have a gray one for a gender neutral one. Like, that's funny, right? Like, they need to have a party, and instead of pink and blue, it comes out black or something. And they're like, whoa, what the fuck is this? The doctor's like, oh yeah, your baby's gonna come out cisgendered, transgendered, something, blah blah blah.
But do they know that? Like,
what do you mean?
Like, right away?
Do they know what?
Like, cisgender. Do they know that?
I don't know what cisgendered means, bro. I'm so sorry.
So you're just using it.
I'm using it the same way she used it. I looked at her. I'm like, cisgendered. What do you mean? You look like a regular person. You look like a beautiful Mexican woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Latina woman, whatever. But
no,
she called herself cisgender, but I'm like, cis?
Yeah,
I don't honestly know what that means.
Well, so
you want to Google it?
Yeah, because I don't really
Fuck
know
it, Google what does cisgender mean while I finish ranting about why you should be using Twitter to keep up with the Thinking Out Loud show, because it's more productive than going on Instagram for your fucking memes. Because that's the biggest excuse I hear. It's like, oh, I use Instagram for the memes. I'm like, bitch, no, you don't.
Okay,
no, you don't.
So
all right, I see your photos. According to what, Urban?
It doesn't say like.
Is it in Merriam-Webster?
Yeah, Merriam-Webster.
All right, let me see. What does she say? Merriam.
Definition of cisgender is, hold on, like, I fucking hate these. Relating to or being a person whose gender identity corresponds with the sex the person had or was identified as having at birth. So
she's just a woman?
She's a woman.
Oh my fucking God, bro. What? Okay, so basically she's just saying I'm a woman, but in a fancy way.
Yeah.
Why?
From my understanding.
Why you gotta do that? Just say how it is. Why you gotta be fancy?
See, okay, look, like, and then this sentence, many of these bills argue that transgender women and girls have a biological advantage over cisgender girls when competing in sports.
That is true.
Yes.
Right? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we know that for a fact. Like, a woman versus a man in a boxing match, who's gonna win?
Wait, so what the fuck is the difference between a girl and a cisgender girl?
So by that definition,
can someone please leave something
in
the comment? Like,
as
I'm
sarcastic
actually
and stupid as as moronic as you think we sound, and maybe you're offended because you're like you stand with.
Yeah,
with them. And don't get us wrong, but this I don't understand. Like, because I'm just verbatim using what the CIA is using to tell us, right, in order to join
that they want
cisgender. They want
people
they want cisgender
in
people.
The CIA.
Am I cisgendered?
I don't know.
We're cis?
I don't know how to use it, so I don't
I don't
feel
know how
like
to use
it's
it either.
something that I could say like, yes, you are, or you're not.
And
But if you do know, please leave it in the comment. Like, we're
cis
dead
makes me sound like a
serious.
pussy. You know what I mean? It makes me sound like a pussy. Cisgender, like it makes me sound like I'm not a man. You know what I mean?
Well, what makes someone a man?
It's a nice dick and balls, and biologically speaking, a nice set of dick and balls, and then testosterone, right? Yeah, is a big factor versus estrogen, right? And I'm not a fucking expert. I'm an expert at being a regular person, dude. But I don't know what it means. I don't want to say I don't know what it means to be a man, but I've other men have told me what it means to be a man.
And what did they tell you?
They tell me what it means to be a man is that sometimes you have to make sure that the opposite sex can tell that you are not only good looking, wealthy, not wealthy in the sense that you look like you have your shit together.
Okay.
Like you look like you're not worried about where your next paycheck is coming from, and that when you pull your wallet out, you have enough cash in there for her to be able to see the green. You know what I mean? Because it's been scientifically proven.
If not, you're a boy.
It's been scientifically proven that if a female looks at your wallet and she sees green, she's probably gonna need a napkin. You know, she's gonna need to dap it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay.
This is so wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
No, I mean it's not wrong.
Like men, like women, bro, do the same to men, and it's like, what does it mean to be a woman? It's like, oh, know your worth. You know, find a man who treats you right, who can carry the weight once you decide to have a child. Not saying that all women decide to have children. Some decide to have a career.
Right.
You know,
it's just more of a security thing.
Yeah, and like what that and being a man, I guess when these men tell me, it's like, well, not only does a man mean you have to take care of your family, but you have to learn how to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And like,
I feel like you have to learn how to take care of yourself before you can take care of your family.
Well, I mean, there's a ton of good jokes about what it means to take care of a family, but I don't want to go there right now.
What the fuck? That got dark.
No. Look, it's a serious thing. It's like fucking A. Do you want to be a man? Are you a man? No? At this current moment, but you're a guy. You're biologically you're a man.
I'm biologically a male. Yes,
a male.
But would I consider myself a man in my definition of what makes a man? Some of what you said for sure. But other things as well. No, I would not say I'm a man yet.
Look, if we look at things from a biological standpoint, there are things in the animal kingdom where one mate does a dance, a show. Like they do this intricate thing between them and the other person and their opposite gender to attract them, so they could potentially have children, right? Offspring.
There's also a mating call that comes with it as well.
There's a mating call, right? There's all this cool shit that animals do, bro. Like as a dude, like what do we do, right? We show up with fancy cars. We got the bling, you know.
None of that shit matters though. Like
it may not matter.
That's the crazy thing. It really depends what type of woman you're trying to bag, to be honest.
All right, so what kind of woman? So I'm trying to bag a girl, like in general.
Yeah.
You think in some ways I think like that first impression counts, but maybe if she sees you in like the wrong kind of like aesthetic.
So here's the thing. I used to think that like very heavily, and I think that's why once upon a time I was super concerned about the way I looked and how I dressed and all that. And then as I got older, I just kind of realized that it's more of like, can you provide security, right? But then also, like, how much do you really love yourself? How confident are you? And based on that, you know, you will attract what you want to attract. Like if you, there's a podcast I listen to, and the guy basically said like some real true shit. He was like, if you go on your Instagram every day and you post pictures of parties, boats, and you know that type of lifestyle, essentially, you are going to attract a woman who wants that type of lifestyle. Because what you put out, you attract, right? Law of attraction, essentially.
Okay.
He was like, but if you go out and you do the dirty work, like you work your hours, or you spend time focusing on a hobby or something to like make you productive, right? You'll attract a woman who likes what she sees rather than like she likes the potential of you rather than like who you are at that current moment, and they're willing to deal with that potential. Not
But that's
all
what
women. See, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all women, but I'm saying like
believe
the
all women.
woman that you would want to possibly have a kid with or make your wife. That's what you should be looking for, not the one that sees you get all this different shit in your life, materialistic or like super advancements. Advancements? Yeah, I guess I don't
Look,
know
I
where I'm
mean,
going with that, but the point is, right, is I don't know, like I don't think that shit matters at the end of the day. I really don't.
look, yeah, if you're a man,
Yeah.
you should be able to attract a woman,
Yeah.
right? Now, I got nothing against like trans or gay people, like what they are attracted to, that they can be attracted to that or whatever. I was trying to find a way to segue
Okay.
into some other shit
Yeah.
because Caitlyn Jenner wants to run for the governor of California.
Interesting.
What's your thoughts on that? What do you know? Do you know who she is?
I do know who she is.
She was probably
She
the best
was
former
once,
athlete ever. She's probably the
yeah.
best trans athlete ever, right?
Bruce, correct?
Yeah,
Bruce,
she technically is, right?
Yeah, she technically is. I don't know. That's a weird one.
That what she wants to run to be for that she wants to run for governor.
Yeah, and it's not because she's transgender or anything like that. It's just that like, I mean, there's no. What would she do for politics?
Right. Where's her policy at?
Yeah.
What exactly do you want? Because she actually released a very, very well produced ad campaign.
Oh, okay.
That shit for a moment, like that shit got me like, oh shit, I'll probably vote for you.
Huh.
Because, well,
That's
I'll
all
tell
it takes for you?
hey, that shit was compelling till I realized, that she's got a lot of people who worked on the Trump campaign with her. She at once said she's against gay marriage. She basically, she said she's against gay marriage before. And then I think she's murdered somebody with her car, right? And she got off or something. I'm not familiar with the story.
To be honest with you, I don't
And
know.
then on top of all that, like she doesn't seem like she understands. Like I don't know if she thinks what it means to run a state with the population of a country. Of a small country, 38 million people. Like the things she brought up were things like homelessness,
Okay.
kids going back to school, and what was the other one? Teachers, right?
Like
Or
fair
something like that.
compensation for teachers?
No, fuck. I don't want to get it wrong. But like those were some of the main points, but none of it had to do with like the substance of like what exactly are we gonna do to fix the things California really has wrong with it. Now, homelessness is one thing, but I've kind of come to terms with it that it's like, bro, can you imagine telling our founding fathers that we're gonna have a problem with overconsumption, that we're gonna have children that are diabetic, overweight, we're gonna have overabundance of clothing that we send landfills of it worth to Africa, right? And then you just see a bunch of people wearing like designer clothing, that don't mean anything.
A lot of designers, it's fucked up to say, but a lot of designers, they burn their clothes that don't sell.
Yeah, or they just disintegrate it, get rid of it.
It's nuts. It's
like,
actually nuts.
Whatever issues she thinks she can fix, I don't think she's gonna. I mean, we've had Arnold Schwarzenegger as governor. Right. We've had another politician, I think that was a fucking celebrity. Couple celebrity politicians. I don't know. It's cool. It's cool that she wants to run and everything, but I don't think she's the right fit for our governor. I don't think she knows what she's saying.
I don't think I can judge until I read what her policies would be.
Right. I mean, even then, like, it has nothing to do with her being transgender.
Yeah.
But, definitely, like, someone like her with no political experience, how? 38 million?
Well, we just had a president that did it, so...
Well,
I don't know.
He did it because he ran on being a very popular president among people.
Right.
Right.
But my point is, is he had no political experience either.
True.
So,
It just goes to show you that you
and
can
he
really
actually
run.
won.
Right. He won because I guess people were tired of the same old, gobbledygook that we get from the politician revolving doors of the establishment. Like, bro, I don't understand. Joe Biden was Barack Obama's vice president, but I didn't hear shit about him during the vice presidency. Well, maybe because I wasn't
No,
keeping up with politics
Biden
at the
did
time.
a lot. He did a lot.
Whatever it was,
He was the ear
but
to Obama. Like, he did a lot of good, and he also did a lot of bad.
I don't even know. But again, like, it's one of the.
And if I remember correctly, he's a war veteran too.
I don't. You might be thinking of McCain.
Maybe I'm thinking.
Anyways, look, I don't know. Whatever, policy or not. I mean, no, policy. She she's got it. She's gonna run. She might win. Just because, I don't know. People might just vote for her because she's transgender, right? And she's hitting all the right notes for people who like only see like the mainstream problems in California.
Yeah.
Right, like homelessness, and things like that, which is an issue that I think none of us have an answer for, and I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. I think it's just going to be a part of what California is.
I mean, what are the main problems to you in California besides homelessness? Because that's definitely one of them.
I think our educational system, like I think there's something we need to do there. I think like we also border the biggest we also have one of the biggest borders that so that's something really difficult. We have to think about immigration policy, like how I'm saying this as if like I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I really don't. Like I want to know more because it's like what does it take, like
Yeah, I was wrong about Biden. It must have been McCain for sure.
Now, but we can move on from this small story. Billie Eilish.
What about her?
You saw her Vogue photo shoot?
Saw a little something.
She lost a little something. I sent you the link.
Yeah. No, I recall it trending, and then I felt weird because we've kind of had this conversation, right? But when I look at a 19-year-old, I'm like, I don't want to be.
Why do you say it like that, 19-year-old?
Because to me, that's
why are you saying that, bro? You're old enough to go to war,
bro.
What?
It's a really young age for.
But you can go to war.
It's a young age, dude. I wouldn't say I have no problem with like 18, 19-year-olds, right? But it's.
Why would you have a problem with them, bro? They're legal.
See, but it's weird.
No, you're making it weird.
No, it's weird, bro. Literally a year ago or 2 years ago, that person was in high school. That's
you could look at it like that.
Scary.
Yeah,
that's
scary.
Really
sure.
Scary.
Why? Because you feel like you might get caught up or something?
Because I just feel like that's just weird. Like that's. Yeah. Let me put it this way: we were in high school 7 years ago. I think you're
10.
8. I'm 7 years.
No, we were in high school 10 years ago.
No,
bro.
not me.
Yes, you.
No chance.
You were a freshman when you were 15.
No. Yeah, I meant we graduated high school. Sorry.
Oh, you're saying the most recent. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's 7 years.
Yeah, no, but you don't think about it like that.
No, I have to think about it like that.
No, just move on with your life. Like, you've left it behind, go that way.
That's my point, right? So if you're looking at an 18 or 19-year-old and you're semi-attracted to them, that's like, that to me is like you're going back.
Sus?
Yeah, it's sus. It's real sus. It's real sus.
So you can't...
I'm not saying you can't be attracted. Right, I'm just saying to me that's just not. That's a little weird.
It's a little weird.
But that's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, people like what they like. There's many marriages that
it's cool. You don't have to justify it, but yeah,
5 or 6 years older than each other. Like there's many exceptions to it. For me, it's just weird. So when you sent me the Billie Eilish link, like I browsed it and then I realized that I don't really remember if she was like in lingerie or she was basically just supposed to look like she was supposed to have sexual appeal. Like that was the mind behind her photo shoot for Vogue was let's make it as sexual as possible. And they did. Like, for a woman who likes to wear baggy clothing all the time because she doesn't want to be seen as like a sex icon, they really screwed her over on this shoot.
I don't think so. I think I read some of the article. I'm gonna say I skimmed through it. I was trying to find anything like
Okay.
worth substance, but because I was like, okay, people are getting upset over this her idea of being comfortable in her own skin, right? And maybe that she's losing weight,
Okay.
right? This whole body positivity thing.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you being a very thinner person,
Mhm.
if you ever felt like a certain way about your body.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Why?
Because I don't look the norm.
The norm.
The norm.
What is the normal way of looking?
Well, most 24-year-old men don't look
But
the
why
way
do you-
that I look.
Yeah, but you do that a lot. You compare yourself to other men around your age.
Yeah,
you
no,
shouldn't
but
be doing that.
see, the thing is, though, it's not like even a comparison. I just mean I don't look like a man in general.
You look like a
that's-
cisgendered male, is what you're saying. You look like a cisgendered male. You're right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty enough. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
go
you're
with
right.
that.
Yeah. No, but my bad. I'm not trying to cut you off.
No,
I'm
you're
just-
good.
I'm just, but continue. You're
Um,
saying like
Yeah, no, I mean,
I'm just asking.
I've always had problems with my body.
Well, like you want to be thicker,
I would like to be thicker,
and we have
than
an-
a bowl of
and
oatmeal.
there-
Yes.
yeah, and there are people who are thick
Mm-hmm.
who claim that you should be comfortable in your own skin. Like you shouldn't have to worry about how fat you are,
Yeah.
because if you're fat, you should learn to love being fat.
Well,
What is your opinion on that?
I look at it the same way I look at someone who's too skinny. Like I'm very skinny. Don't get me wrong, right? But I'm not anorexic,
Hmm.
right? And if you're too obese and it can mess with like your actual health, then I don't think it's okay to be body positive. That shit annoys the hell out of me.
Some would say that you're actually being very offensive because.
Then that's fine.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say it's fine, right? But I would say,
Well, it is because they have a right to be offended,
yeah, they have a right to be offended.
and you're concerned about their health.
Yeah, pretty much.
And dude, that's a good point. Like I don't like diabetes like runs in my family.
Right.
And it's obvious to me that like not watching your health
Mm-hmm.
is detrimental in the long run. If you're a young person and you feel like you're not happy in your body, but then you're told that look, you should be happy. Like I get it. Yeah, you should be happy with yourself.
Yeah.
But if your weight is getting in the way of your health, I think that's where we have to stop and say, look, bro, I think you should go for a jog.
Yeah.
Like, should we be shaming each other into feeling healthier?
I don't think we should be doing it deliberately, but it's done all the time. And that's what it comes down to with sexual appeal, right? Like for Billie Eilish, they're trying to make her this whole sex icon. But even in all fitness, plastic surgery, anything, right, that has to do with reforming your body, we are constantly making sure that people feel like they shouldn't be okay with the way that they look or in their own skin. And that's the bottom line truth behind it. There's nothing wrong with getting plastic surgery. You know what I'm saying? There's literally nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, those people that get plastic surgery are the same people that are like, oh, well, you should be body positive. It's like, well, why couldn't you be positive in your own skin?
About your body, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think it's cool for you. Yeah, you're right. I also feel like it's your choice. It's your body
Right.
to do whatever you want to it, to augment it in any kind of way, or like
Augmented.
augment it. I know,
All
right?
right.
I'm playing too much Cyberpunk.
For sure you have.
So, I mean, Billie Eilish I've never, like, I don't get it why people, I think it's just young men, dude. I think, like, we're going through, because, like, young men are having less sex, bro. It's just the fact, it's the truth, actually. Young men are having less sex.
That's interesting.
And they're just at home on their computers, jacking off to pictures of Billie Eilish and shit, now that she's old enough.
That's
And it's like,
fucked up.
it's
It's exploring that part of your mind is a normal thing to do.
Look, basically, I mean, there are other fat positive bodies, right? Like icons that like talk about you need to be body positive, right?
Yeah, look at Lizzo.
Lizzo, and then who else did they give shit to? Adele.
Sure.
Adele lost ton of weight, bro. She was already fire when she was thick, bro. She lost weight, bro. She went from like being a 10 to like a 20, bro.
I haven't
She
even
is
seen what she looks
flame,
like.
dog.
Actually
She's
super
flame.
curious.
She is flame. Shout out to the guy who broke her heart, right?
Right, and sometimes that's all it takes. You know, you get your heart broken, you get your ass in the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, because you, at the end of the day,
That's
right?
what that is, bro. These fat chicks have not have gotten their heart broken. That's what it is, bro. Fat chicks have not gotten their heart broken, and they're suffering, bro. They need to. That's why they can't find a boyfriend, because they're not happy in their body.
This is the clip. This
Yeah.
is the clip right here.
Fat chicks need. You're positive, but you need to get your heart broken for you to lose that weight.
No.
Look, don't get me wrong. It's just like I'm biased here. I'm not into like thick chicks. I'm into. I'm burning myself out here. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not into like the chick who's thick.
Right.
I like thick.
Jesus.
But that's just fine. That's just. I mean, that's just jokes, bro. That's jokes. Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, look.
Hey, man, look, if you're into thick chicks, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, people. Look,
Thick chicks are into skinny guys. You know how many thick girls come up to me? A lot.
It's because it's.
I don't mind it, you know.
Because they know guys who are a little bit thicker than
Right.
you go for women who are a little bit slimmer than them.
Yeah, so I think that's because when it comes to like the explicit things in the bedroom, right? Like, it's when you're a skinnier dude, it's a little harder for you to like to give it. I wouldn't say give it your all, because you can give it your all, but you're not going to get it the same way you would with a slimmer woman, because you can move her around more. Yeah,
Cause she weighs too much for you to be picking her up and shit.
legit.
Like you want to just do all this
Yeah, I
sexy
mean,
shit.
look, with a thick woman, you can like. There's a couple of positions that don't matter, but with a woman who's skinnier, like, there's certain positions that, you know, I love, right? But I need a slimmer woman to do them, because I'm not strong
Like,
enough.
which one?
Like, that's just
Like,
the
which
reality
one?
behind it.
Like which one?
Like,
Like which one? Which one you like?
my sister watches this.
She watches it.
I don't know if I can explain that.
It's fine. She gets the gist.
Yeah,
of it.
I'm sure she understands where I
Is
was
it your
going
older
with
sister
that.
that watches it?
What's up?
Your older
Yeah,
sister?
my older sister.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, so she's an adult. She can understand.
Yeah.
You're her younger brother.
Yeah.
She knows. I mean, she grew up with you and Gio, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, she knows. Kind of what
No,
men
Gio
are
wasn't.
like around.
No, I mean, Gio was around, but Gio wasn't like it wasn't like me. Like, it wasn't bringing girls over and shit.
Oh yeah.
I actually thought my brother was gay for some time. Did.
Hey man, to each their own.
Yeah, to each his own.
To each
Nothing
his
wrong
own.
with it.
Yeah, no,
He's not
definitely
gay,
wrong with it.
but you know.
No, yeah, for sure. Fucking, dude, I love California as much as I love the weather. I know last time I said I don't miss it. I don't miss the weather when I travel out. But dude, I'm thinking we should move to Miami.
Who's we?
Us? You and I.
How many times have I told you I fucking hate Miami?
Oh right, dog. Why don't you tell me you hate Miami because it gets
I
hot?
tell you, I hate Miami at least like 3 times a week. You know that?
Bet you won't hate Miami if LeBron came back.
I would definitely hate Miami.
Hate
I don't
Miami,
like
okay.
LeBron.
I was trying to make a sports joke, but I suck at
Yeah,
sports
you
jokes.
suck at sport. You see, you would have been like if Kobe resurrected from the dead.
Oh
you
god,
know, like then I would have
How's-
been like, hell yeah, I'd go to Miami. But
he's not gonna go to Miami.
if he would resurrect from the dead and go to Miami Heat,
Oh.
then yes, I would go to Miami. But other than that, no.
That's jokes. No, I mean, fuck.
Rest in peace,
Fucking
Kobe.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to that man. Yeah, dude, the pandemic has been going on for a year, right?
A little over.
Yeah. How do you feel like now that some places are kind of getting back to normal and some other places are not? We talked about Texas a while back, and Texas has been booming technically.
Yeah. Well,
I know.
Texas
I know you said that. You
Yeah.
know, we could play a little bit of the Hippocrates game, you know, because we say a lot of things that eventually turn out to be the opposite of things, right? You know, that's just how it is on this, you know. So,
So we have to retract our opinion on Texas.
no, we don't have to
Is that what
retract
you're
it.
saying?
We move forward. You know, it's a fun game we're
All
going
right.
to play, right? It's a fun game we're going to play because obviously we said things about Texas. Well, you said things that you said Texas was going to be burned to the ground because they stopped wearing masks
I did.
and this and that. They seem to be doing fine, but
Texas.
She Texas like Dallas, bro. She Texas
Still
like
don't
Dallas.
understand that.
You don't understand that reference? Isn't that a Drake's lyric? Texas like Dallas, as in Dallas the porn star. I think is that her name?
Dallas Star. No, I thought it's Alexis, Texas.
Alexis, Texas. Yeah. And she Texas like Dallas. I think. Is that the reference? I could be getting it wrong.
I don't know. All I can see is Alexis, Texas in my head right now, so I'm a little confused as to what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to make a fucking joke, but I
yeah, that was trash.
Yeah, no, it didn't come out right.
It's alright, you'll get there.
I'm trying. Fucking dude, please follow us on Twitter. Like, I don't understand why you guys don't follow us on Twitter.
What is your Twitter? You keep saying follow us, but
no,
you gotta drop it.
It's at Real David Juarez.
At the Real David Juarez is going to be right here.
And what's yours?
We're going to do it like the fucking YouTube
I'll put
shit
it there,
is right here.
I'll go like that, yeah. Yeah. What is yours? And why do you name it Shogun Nick?
Yeah, so mine is Shogo Nick, and
why?
I named it Shogo Nick.
I really like how you have your actual name.
What do you mean?
Backwards? Or it's like an
acronym? Yeah.
A Silnos?
I appreciate you. Yeah, that's my actual name. So my actual name is Nicholas or Nicolas. But my username on Twitter, the nickname, whatever that shit is, it says a Silnos, yeah. So it's just backwards. But so I named myself Shogo Nick because I remember at the time I was watching a Chinese or a Japanese film, and it was like samurais or some shit. Anyways, the main guy was like a shogun, and I just thought that was really cool. And I remember I put Shogun Nick, and then I was like, nah, I don't like the way that rings. So then I switched the UN with just a O, and I like Shogun Nick. But I've been asked that all my life. It's the same way that people ask me, like, why is your Instagram bro AFS? And I'm like, I don't know. I just thought of it as brofs. Like,
really?
Yeah, my Instagram is really bro AFS _.
No, you know what's funny? Now that you explain it to me, literally all I ever see when I read it, bro as fuck.
Yeah, everybody. See. So everybody has told me that. And back when I was like super hot, like girls would be like, "Yeah, that's a really cool name. Like it works because you're hot." And I'm like, "The fuck?" Like,
yeah, exactly. The fuck.
I would laugh. I'd just be like, "All right, you're goofy."
Yeah,
but
goofy.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Nah, not even respectfully. That's some goofy ass shit. Like, why are you telling me I'm hot just because of my username? That's weird. But
are you a fan of SNL?
Am I tired of SNL or have I seen?
A fan of it.
Yeah, I've seen SNL.
Elon Musk is gonna be on SNL on Saturday.
Doing what?
With skits, comedy.
Is he even funny?
Yeah. Remember, we were just talking about him earlier. Dude knows how to like play off the meme culture, you know?
He does,
like
for sure.
Dogecoin, right? Going to the moon. Everybody's a venture capitalist
now the
and a
time.
hedge fund manager.
Should we invest in Doge and watch it skyrocket?
Well, we have to first say that we are not financial advisors.
We are not financial advisors.
Now we can talk about financial stuff. Yes, I do believe you should invest 36% of your portfolio into Doge, other 7% into war bonds, 6% into stocks, you know, this and that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
37%?
Into what? Doge? Into Doge?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Shit.
Just
you believe in it that much?
You know what?
I would put my money in Ethereum before I put my money in Doge.
I'll be honest with everybody. I'm a big believer in Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ethereum and other coins, good for them. Like that blockchain technology is the future. I tell everybody that in the future, you're going to be able to go and buy a home without having to go to the bank asking for a loan. If you have your assets in crypto, you'll be able to go to the person who owns the home. Let's say this person is like a modern era human being where they have control over all of their finances like everyone else will with the power of their smartphone.
It's going to be straight up Cyberlink.
Check it. You'll be able to walk up to this person after they have their house up for sale, walk up to them and be like, okay, yes, I would like to buy your home. Okay, it costs 10 Bitcoin. Cool. Here's 10 Bitcoin. Here's the smart contract for the deed. Here is here on the blockchain technology, it says that you own the home now. You're the property owner. And because on the ledger, everybody can see that you bought this home, it will never be in dispute that you own the home because the blockchain says so. The ledger says so. Right? So it's incredible. It's beautiful. this whole credit score thing may go out the window. Like
that would bless a lot of people.
Yeah, it would be the case where if you have assets in crypto, that crypto could be potentially used for anything that has to do with smart blockchain technology, right? Like you could, let's say, like you wanted to get some kind of legal matters done. I'm sure you could. There's some sort of smart chain technology for blockchain technology for that, where you're sending and receiving files.
Okay.
There's just so much that you can do with it that even me, like with the very limited knowledge that I have, I feel like I know nothing.
So banks are zero, right?
Banks are not going to go to zero. Like the dollars that we use are going to stick around for a very, very long time. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are going to be. This is just from what I know that I think.
Yeah, I'm like, are you sure you know?
Yeah,
like,
no, I just think. Yeah, I just think.
With knowing and
I think. I don't know. Fucking A. It's more like I think it's more likely that like the working class citizen will have the option to be paid in crypto eventually or fiat currency. The problem I think will be that we're not in a place where the dollar goes up and down rapidly. We're like you could go to work, buy a cup of coffee for $3, and by the end of the day, that cup of coffee is now worth $10.
Well, there was actually an article recently where an employer paid his employees in crypto.
Okay.
And this is before like the big boom of crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it boomed, he was like, "No, I need that back." And he was like, "I need that back, but I'll give you currency, right? Like the actual currency we use right now, money, and we can exchange." And they were like, "Fuck no, you must be tripping."
Exactly. So there's a lot. It's because people just aren't educated enough, and like the resources feel so overwhelming because everybody's always like, "Oh, I know. Oh, I know," and I'm like, "Well, do you know?" I think it's best to help people and let them know you really got to do your own research.
Yeah.
You really got to sit down and separate the chaff from the wheat.
Okay.
Right? Where all the shit that you don't want versus all the real concrete information. Like
straight up making bread.
Yeah. I only know how. That's good. That's funny.
Literally.
That's funny. That's funny. Fucking A.
You missed your opportunity.
Yeah. See, so for sure, like on top of all that, like being able to not only exchange things peer to peer.
Yeah.
The real question is, what is money? And will Bitcoin ever actually be the money we expect it to be? Where like we're buying things with Bitcoin. People look at it as an asset.
Yeah.
Like a home or something. Like you want to put money into it, and it just sits there and it grows interest or something like the equity or whatever. Blah blah. I don't know how it works exactly, but yeah.
Man, I'm gonna go live on a caboose. Straight up.
Why don't you go live under the bridge right here in Sepulveda? What do you mean? It seems super comfortable just to like.
No, I'm gonna go live on a caboose, man. They got it right. Honestly,
So do they.
If you could, like, my ideal way of living in life as an adult now, I realize, would have been the fact that like your community is everything. So everybody eats together. Everybody sleeps in the same area. Like, like how.
You want to live in a commune?
Well, that's kind of what a caboose is, but yeah, pretty much. Except a caboose, you work and, you get actual currency out of working. But I don't want to, like, get currency. I want, like, the currency to be, like, the social aspect or, like, the love that's shared.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like you're asking for a lot.
Well, I'm asking for a lot in this day and age, yes.
Yeah, because we have a lot of our needs met.
Yeah.
I hate when, like, what do you want? And they're like, and then people be like, well, why don't you go back to your country? Why don't you just go there? Why don't you go do this? Why don't you go
this
do
is
that?
my fucking country, unfortunately.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it'd be cool, bro. Like, someone brought up this really interesting point. Like, what if you could just get up and go to any country and the government accepts you?
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Unlike having to become a citizen.
Everybody would go to Sweden or Switzerland.
Well,
easy.
Okay, then we would have the issue of immigration policy,
100%.
right? Then the policy is like, well, you have to live in the country X amount of years if you plan to come and stay here,
to be considered a citizen.
Yeah, and if you are here within X amount of days, but you have to make sure you're working. Like, there'd be requirements, but as long as you'd be allowed to pick up and go. Right? That would be cool. I think that's what kind of like the United States is about.
Certain places in Europe are like that, where they take and
refugees,
foreigners. Yeah.
foreign. Yeah, they do have that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, if like in the United States, you can just kind of get up and go to another state. That's kind of cool. Some states have different laws that are worse than others. I wouldn't move to a state that hasn't legalized marijuana yet, because just for the simple reason is like, why? It's like, what are they doing? And yeah,
Legalizing marijuana is going to save the country.
it might save the world.
Might just.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into another Thinking Out Loud. Please, let me remind you, follow us on Twitter. If you made it this far, we appreciate it very much. I'm not going to apologize for not having the upload ready yesterday. It is my fault. I am taking accountability. Everybody have a good day.
And there you go. Peace.
Peace.